The next question we will be discussing is the definition of ventilation and the factors that help regulate respiration. So we must first define ventilation. Simply put, ventilation is breathing. It is mechanical. It is the physical movement of air between the outside environment and the lungs. The air travels through the mouth and nasal passages, then down to the pharynx. Upon reaching the vocal cords, air flows into the trachea, transitioning from the upper airway into the lower airway. Here, it continues distally to the carina, then to the primary bronchi, various branches of bronchioles, and eventually arriving in the alveoli. This is inhalation. Air movement in a reverse pathway from alveoli to mouth and nose is exhalation. Inhalation followed by exhalation equals one ventilation. Then, lastly, we will discuss the factors that affect respiration. There are three primary factors, and the first one is the carbon dioxide and hydrogen ion concentration in the blood. Carbon dioxide and hydrogen ions in the blood control the breathing rate. The carbon dioxide will build up in the blood due to cellular respiration, increasing the concentration to a threshold level. The chemoreceptors in the aorta and carotid arteries detect this and signal the breathing center in the medulla oblongata. The second factor is the stretching of the thoracic and pulmonary walls. During the process of inhalation, the lung volume expands as a result of the contraction of the diaphragm and intercostal muscles, the muscles that are connected to the rib cage, thus expanding the thoracic cavity. Due to this increase in volume, the pressure is decreased based on the principles of the Boyle's law. And then lastly, the factor of oxygen saturation in the blood. The blood oxygen level, or what we call the oxygen saturation, is the amount of oxygen circulating in the blood. The body tightly regulates the amount of oxygen saturation in the blood because low blood oxygen levels can lead to many serious conditions. An example of this is hypoxemia, and it can damage the individual organ systems, especially the brain and the heart. The low blood oxygen levels indicate that the lungs and the circulatory system may not be working as they should. For most people, a normal pulse oximeter reading for oxygen saturation level is between 95% and 100%.